Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to share with you a recap of my trades for this week trading Forex, as well as an update on my account. If you're new to my channel, my name's Emily and on Mindfully Trading I share my journey as I grow and develop as a Forex trader. This week's been the start of a new month, the start of February, and although my goal this week was to focus on building that nice cushion on my account, I started off with minus 2% on my account on Tuesday, which was really quite unfortunate. But I'm really happy because I managed to set aside emotions, I managed to really focus on managing my risk, and I climbed carefully out of this hole and managed to finish the week up with 1% on my account. So I've managed to finally achieve that little buffer, which hopefully I can grow from. So let's dive on to the charts. I'll break down with you a recap of my winning trades and also an update on my small account. So I'll just load up my trade record sheet where I contain a log of all of the data, all of the trades that I take, I log in here. Just helps me with self-reflection to see how I'm doing, and more importantly allows me to make notes on individual trades so that I might be able to learn on where I could have improved and how I can do better. But looking here at the trades for the first week of February, as you can see, I started with quite a big red day on Tuesday, which was quite unfortunate. And I think it just goes to show the way emotions can play in trading, because I started off with a really nice discipline. And the first trade that I took, although the setup was really good, it actually came back to break even. And I was just quite annoyed about that. And I think that initial frustration showed, and I carried on trading because I was like eager to get that back. But instead, I just accrued different losses and ended with a big loss. So that's just my own personal lesson there, that as soon as I sense or feel frustrated, I need to just walk away. But moving on to Wednesday, I came back into the market much more focused. I did some morning meditation, which really helped. And I managed to just take a really nice trade on Euro USD, which basically made back what I lost on Tuesday and a little bit more, which was really great. And then today, Thursday, as I'm recording this video, I found that it's been quite a choppy day. I've taken a couple of trades today, both of them where I sold half of my position at 1% profit, but then it came back to break even. So I only managed to make just under 1% profits today. But they've all added up, and I think that this really careful, disciplined approach to managing risk has really helped me this week. It's helped me to get out of the hole, and it's helped me to finish the week up with just 1% on my account, which is a great start to February. So how was my best trade this week? Well, I'm going to show you in a minute on the charts, but just before we do that, I'm just going to share with you the weekly metric sheet because it's a little bit clear to see here what's going on. So this is the sheet representing February. I have a grid system here, the days of the week and number of weeks in the month. I didn't trade Monday. Tuesday was my large red day. Wednesday managed to make that back. And then today, Thursday, was a very small win day. But as a total, I've managed to just make 1% on my small account this week. So I have a £350 account and I'm risking 1% per trade. So you might be thinking, well, they are very small figures. And yes, they are. Definitely aware that this isn't the kind of income that's going to pay the bills. But it is the kind of method I like trading at the moment to allow me to practice and build consistency in the markets, focusing on that percentage rate, focusing on my consistency and accuracy, allowing me to get some valuable experience without blowing up my account. I think that's really crucial when it comes to trading. If you saw my other video this week, I actually talked about some options for funded trading accounts that I'm really excited about. I'll add a link above in case you missed it. But that is the goal for me, really, is to build my accuracy and my consistency and my experience so that when I'm ready, I can have a go at a funded trading account. So moving on, let's have a look at the charts for the winning trade on Tuesday, which is the trade that I took on Euro USD. So I've used the backtesting tool here on TradingView just to remove the current charting data. So we've gone back in time to what I could see on the charts on the Tuesday, 3rd of February, just so that I can break down how I took the trade with you. And first things first, I was looking at the 4-hourly time frame where I just made some very basic points of analysis, such as the fact that we were in a downtrend, we were making lower lows and lower highs. So immediately I was thinking I'd be more short biased. I also noticed that we had crossed a significant point in this time frame. So I was looking at this previous point here, which we managed to then break down below, and what I was interested in was some sort of pullback or retest of this area for a continuation to the downside. Looking closer on the 4 hourly here, you can see that although we had the big push down, we also had a push up and then a small green doji candle, and the 2 o'clock closing 4 hourly candle was a small red doji candle, so it looked like it was forming a nice base here for a pullback. Once I established the basic gist of what I was looking for in the trade, I then dropped down to the hourly time frame just so that I could adjust these levels and to get a better clarity of what was going on in the market. And as you can see here on the hourly time frame, it seems to be respecting this level that we drew on from the 4 hourly time frame. From the hourly time frame, I then dropped down to the 5-minute time frame. So here is the 7:55 closing candle, and I was waiting for the London opening because usually it brings a surge of volume, and I wanted to just see what the market was going to do. As we can see, we had this pullback to this market structure area from the larger time frames, and since then we had been coming down on the 5-minute. So I just looked at some of the points of market structure on the 5-minute time frame here to wait and see if we got a reaction so that I would be inclined to get in for a trade. Just moving time on here, the London opening started at 8 o'clock, and from this candle we had a large volume surge up, but as you can see it actually closed below the structural point, giving us this long wick rejection. Now at this point, based on this candle, is when I actually set my sell stop. So I set my sell stop just at the base of this candle, thinking that if the market was going to continue down, it would activate my order to take a sell, and hopefully it would carry on going down and provide me a winning trade. So I set my stop parameters. I used an 8-pip stop so that it was just above the high of this candle for rejection, and with that I set a 3R target. So I'll be risking 8 pips in order to make 24 pips. Now looking back at this, although I think I've hit the main points as part of my strategy, I've identified the trend and the larger time frames, I've marked areas of market structure, and I've waited for a candlestick to present itself. What I probably could have done better was to just be a little bit more patient and wait for another candlestick just to confirm, just as an added area of confluence. Because I didn't, and I set my sell stop order here, in the next candle it actually dipped down, activating my order to sell, but as you can see it immediately surged back up and continued pushing up. So at this point I was activated into the trade, but I was immediately in the red in drawdown, which isn't the way that you want to start a trade. Moving the candlesticks on, you can see that it actually consolidated a little bit here. Now we did have a nice momentum candle down, but again we had a push back up and the market was just ranging at this point. Now I wasn't obviously too happy about that, and I knew instantly that it was because I wasn't patient enough and I should have waited, but I still wanted to respect my plan because I felt like it was a good trade. I felt like I had the confirmation from the larger time frames, and I felt like my stop was in a good place. It was above all of these wick rejections, so I thought I would just give it a chance and wait to see what happens. At this point we started to get a really nice push down, and after looking at this I could see that the 5-minute time frame actually made a double top, so it pulled back to this market structure point twice before finding the momentum to the downside. Now when I was actually watching this happen, price action came within 1 pip of my stop, so it's a bit unnerving when that happens, but I just followed my plan and I just sat back, I sat on my hands and I just watched price action to see what happened. As we got this really nice push down, I actually sold half of my position at around about 1.5R, because at this point it was a positive profit loss ratio and I wanted to just bank some of the profits just to manage the trade. Once I sold half, I left my remaining position to follow my plan and hopefully for it to hit my take profit target. At this point I'd also set my stop to break even. And eventually we did hit that nice 3R target. So this was my winning trade for Tuesday. I only took this one trade and just focused on managing this position effectively. And as a result, I managed to make 2.25% on this trade. So it just put me green on my previous red day where I lost 2%. How have you guys found trading this week? Have you had some nice wins, or have you found it to be a little bit choppy? Let us know below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and you want to check out some more of my trade recaps, I do have a playlist that I created. I'll include a link above if you want to check those out. Meanwhile, be sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe if you're not already part of the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye!